Kings Island, a fun place to go for family and friends. But today, we're going to be talking about 3 abandoned and shut down Kings Island roller coasters. So, without further ado, let's go. For 33 years, one roller coaster stood as a symbol for Kings Island, towering over Coney Mall. With 6 inversions and unmistakable blue and orange track, Vortex wasn't just another ride, it was history. But in 2019, after millions of riders and decades of thrills, Kings Island made a shocking announcement. Vortex would close forever. Chapter 1, a record-breaking beginning. When Vortex opened on April 11th, 1987, it changed the roller coaster industry. Built by Aerodynamics for about $4 million, stood 148 feet tall, featured a 138-foot first drop, reached speeds of 55 miles per hour, and became the first ever roller coaster in the world with 6 inversions. It also briefly held the record as the tallest full-circuit roller coaster in the world. Even more impressive, Vortex was built on the former plot of the Bat, a former roller coaster that has failed after a couple seasons. Where one coaster had fallen, another became a legend. Vortex was an instant success. It helped Kings Island surpass 3 million visitors in one season, proving that Vortex wasn't just popular, it was a game changer. Chapter 2, 3 decades of thrills. For decades, Vortex became a rite of passage. Its double loops, corkscrew, boomerang, and powerful final helix became one of the most intense attractions at Kings Island. Over 46 million people rode Vortex in its lifetime. For many guests, it was their first ever looping coaster. Families made so many memories on it. Coaster enthusiasts flew all the way across the world just to experience it. Its silhouette became one of the most recognizable views in the whole park. October 27th, 2019. Thousands of fans filled Kings Island to say goodbye. Some laughed, some cried. Others simply wanted one last chance to hear that lift hill, feel the loops, and experience it one last time. When the final train came back to the station, an era ended. It also had many advertisements, including this one.
Kings Island introduces a new thrill ride that runs circles around the rest, that lifts you 12 stories into the sky before you plummet into the most twisted web of loops, corkscrews, and boomerangs you've ever faced. Feel the grip of Vortex.
Chapter 1, the birth of a monster. In the year 2000, Kings Island introduced what was supposed to be the future of wooden roller coasters. Its name was Son of Beast, a sequel to the legendary Beast, one of the most famous roller coasters ever built. Standing 218 feet tall, reaching speeds of 78 miles per hour, and stretching more than 7,000 feet long, Son of Beast broke multiple world records. It became the world's tallest and fastest wooden roller coaster, the first ever wooden hypercoaster, and the first wooden roller coaster to feature a vertical loop. The ride was marketed as bigger, faster, and more terrifying than its father. But behind the scenes, problems happened before the coaster even opened. During its construction, part of the structure fell due to strong winds delaying its opening. Kings Island eventually removed the company from building the coaster due to ongoing issues. Even after opening in April 2000, the coaster experienced maintenance problems and frequent closures. The world's biggest and baddest roller coaster had finally arrived, and it was already showing signs of problems. Chapter 2, Why Son of Beast was torn down. Everything changed on July 9th, 2006. A section of the track developed structural issues, creating a severe jolt as the train went over it. 27 riders were taken to the hospital with mostly head and neck injuries. Although none of the injuries were life-threatening, this incident damaged the coaster's reputation. Kings Island spent months repairing the ride. When the coaster reopened in 2007, the famous vertical loop had been removed, and lighter trains were installed. Then, again, in 2009, a rider reported a serious injury. Even though state inspectors found no mechanical defects, Kings Island voluntarily shut the ride down. And after that, it never reopened. For 3 years, the massive wooden roller coaster stood silent. Park officials considered repair proposals, but the cost and complexity of repairing this ride just wasn't worth it. In July 2012, Kings Island announced that Son of Beast would be demolished for further expansion. In 2014, Banshee opened on much of the same land, making a new era. And just like Vortex, it also had a bunch of advertisements, including this one.
Its father spread pandemonium throughout the Midwest. Its arrival will thrill a nation. Its legacy is destined to change the world. Presenting Son of Beast, the world's tallest, fastest, only looping wooden roller coaster. Son of Beast, only at Kings Island.
Chapter 1, From Cartoons to Ghosts. Long before haunted performers filled the halls of Phantom Theater, this building was home to something completely different. When Kings Island opened in 1972, the attraction was called Enchanted Voyage, a boat ride through the colorful worlds of Hanna-Barbera, cartoons like Yogi Bear, Scooby-Doo, and the Flintstones. It was one of the park's original attractions and quickly became a family favorite. In 1984, the attraction received a new theme called Smurfs Enchanted Voyage, replacing the Hanna-Barbera characters with the popular Blue characters. The boat ride remained very popular, but by the 1990s, Kings Island wanted something different. April 11th, 1992. Phantom Theater officially opened. Guests entered what appeared to be an abandoned opera house, where ghostly performers refused to let the curtain fall. Led by the mysterious Maestro, riders traveled through dressing rooms, backstage areas, magical illusions, and a haunted theater filled with ghostly performers. Chapter 2, A Cult Classic and Its Legacy. Even though Phantom Theater only operated for 10 seasons, it became one of Kings Island's most loved attractions. Unlike many haunted rides, Phantom Theater wasn't disguised to be terrifying. It mixed spooky scenes with humor. And unforgettable characters like Maestro Houdolini, Hilda Bovine, and the Great Garbanzo. Families could still enjoy it while also feeling like they're exploring an abandoned opera house. In 2002, Kings Island decided to retire Phantom Theater and replace it with Scooby-Doo and the Haunted Castle. Even after it closed, fans never forgot it. For years, fans asked for Kings Island to bring Phantom Theater back. And after more than 20 years after its closing, Kings Island finally answered the requests. In 2026, Kings Island opened Phantom Theater Opening Nightmare, a more modern version styled after the original. Some rides are remembered for their speed, some rides are remembered for their height. But Phantom Theater is remembered because it created a world unlike any others. And even after all of these years, the curtain never truly closed. Hello guys, thank you so much if you really stayed this long. I appreciate it so much. I worked so hard on this video. I think you guys really would like it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll make more content soon. Peace.